Good morning. Today we will discuss about types of fringes. Mainly we can divide fringes in three categories. First, fringes of equal inclination, second, fringes of equal thickness, and third is fringes of equal chromatic order. Now we will discuss in detail about all these types of fringes. The maxima and minima in the interference patterns obtained due to division of amplitude by a film depend upon following factors. First factor is optical thickness of film, that is mu t. Second, the angle of refraction, that is r. And third is the wavelength of light used, that is lambda. These three factors gives us the fringes of equal optical thickness, fringes of equal inclination, and fringes of equal chromatic order or color respectively. Now let us first discuss fringes of equal inclination, or we can say these fringes as Hedinger fringes. The first is Hedinger fringes or fringes of equal inclination. As the name suggests, in this case inclination must be same. In case of plane film's mu t remains constant, and therefore either a maximum or a minimum corresponds to a single value of r. Such fringes were first investigated by Hedinger and are therefore known as Hedinger fringes or fringes of equal inclination. The circular fringes in case of Michelson's interferometers fall in the group of fringes in which each circular fringe corresponds to same value of r. That's why these fringes are known as fringes of equal inclination. Second type of fringes now, fringes of equal thickness. If r and lambda remains same, then the value of path difference depend upon optical path mu t, and a fringe corresponds to a definite value of mu t. Such fringes were first investigated by Fazo and known as fringes of equal thickness. Newton's ring and straight bands shown by wedge-shaped film are the example of these type of fringes. Third, fringes of equal chromatic order. For contrast values of mu t, for constant values of mu t and r, the optical path difference for a particular lambda may satisfy the condition of maxima in reflected light. In such cases, color shall be visible in reflected light. Such fringes corresponds to a definite color and known as equal chromatic order. Now we will discuss about the need of broad source to observe interference by thin films. Why we need a broad source when we are discussing interference in thin films. Let us start. In this case of interference by thin films, a broad source of light is always needed so that the light from each point on the film may reach the eye of observer and whole film is viewed at a glance. This fact may be understood as given below. There are two figures, figure A and B. In figure A, we are observing that light emerges from S point and reflects in different directions, and we cannot see whole pattern by putting our eye at one place, whereas when source is not point source, it is extended source. It is made up of many sources, S1, S2, S3 as shown in figure B. Then the light from each source will focus at a point, and we can see as in figure B the interference effect by keeping eye at a single point only. If a point source is used to illuminate a film, the light reflected from all corresponding points on the film does not reach the eyes as shown in figure A. This state is shown in figure A, hence whole film cannot be viewed by keeping the eye at one place only. If an extended source of light, which may be thought to be made up of large number of point sources as shown in figure B, S1, S2, S3, is used to illuminate a thin film, the reflected light reaches every point of eye. It happens because each point of film receives light from many points of the source. Hence, the whole film can be viewed at the same time by keeping the eye at one place only. It is for the reason that an extended source is used to view the film. So, in thin film interference, uh, we use broad source to observe interference. Now, we will discuss a numerical question. Problem is a parallel beam of light which is having lambda is equal to 5890 angstrom strikes a film of oil having mu 1.46. If the eighth dark n be seen when viewed at the angle 30 degree to the normal, calculate the thickness of film. The condition of nth dark band is given. The condition of dark band for the film seen in reflected light is formula is 2 mu t cos r is equal to n lambda, or t is equal to n lambda upon 2 mu cos of r. In given problem, n is given as 8th dark film, lambda is 5890 which is in angstrom, so we are converting in meters, then 5890 into 10 to the power minus 10 meters. Mu is already given, mu is equal to 1.46. Also, sin r is equal to sin I upon mu using Snell's law, which is mu is equal to sin I upon sin r. Therefore, sin r is equal to sin I upon mu. Angle of incidence is given at 30 degree, so sin 30 upon 1.46. By solving these, we will get 25 upon 73. Similarly, here we want value of cos r, so cos r can be written as cos r is equal to under root of 1 minus sin square r, which is equal to 1 minus value of sin r is 25 upon 73 whole square, which is equal to 1 minus 0.117 whole square is equal to 0.94. Then we can calculate value of cos r is 0.94. By putting all these values, we can calculate thickness. Then t is equal to 8 into 5890 into 10 to the power minus 10 divided by 2. Value of mu is 1.46 and value of cos r is 0.94. By putting all these values and calculating, we will get t is equal to 1.71 into 10 to the power 6 meters. So, we can understand the thickness of film, order of thickness of film is very small in case of interference.